People, good morning. It is early. The sun is not up. It's rather dark. I'm out of bed. Coffee is ready. How is everybody doing? Might take me a little while to warm up into this one. I can see Tim's already on the drinks, which is good. Mark's been around for a bit. Good man. You're a brave man to sit through this game again. Mark, you said you were there at the time. Nathan in South Africa. Oh, the lockdown affects the ability to get on the drinks. We can still buy beer and wine, so we're not too bad over here. I see World Rugby put this game on only a few days ago, so that's good. We got the official feed rather than some dodgy one. No beers this time, Mark. No, I'm on coffee. It's 5:30, so I'm on coffee. Too early for beer, I think. You're in New Zealand, get up at 5:30, Matthew. You're a brave man. Hope it's fine where you are. It's not too bad up here in Auckland. I was crying in the 50th minute as I knew there was no way back. It sounds dodgy from a New Zealand fan, but World Cups up until 2011 were pretty much all like that for us as well. There was a certain minute where we realized, oh, really, we're going to lose again. So my daughter is 1 year old and going to see this game for the first time. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. Is Fernandez Lobe playing? I don't actually know. I haven't seen the lineups. We'll get to that in a minute. Have you guys all got the link in the description for the game? Because I'm about to turn it on. I'll be sending you a subpoena for emotional distress and damages for showing this match. Bro, I watched the 95 World Cup final. I watched that 99 France defeat. At some point, I'm going to watch the 2003 Wallabies game. So, yeah. It's not until 2011 that things pick up when I'm watching World Cup games. Just shambles as we're a top nation, haven't got to the semis yet. Man, that seems to be the thing with Ireland, eh? Like, I kind of compare it to New Zealand up until 2011 with World Cups. Like, they had something up here and they just couldn't get it done. They performed below their expectations or below their abilities. And like in 2011, they only just got it done, but it seemed to like clear them of that because 2015 they went on to perform quite confidently, but you got to get over that hump, eh? Love Imhoff celebrating before try scoring. We'll see that in a minute. At least you got to a semi. True enough. I saw the nonsense video you've been up to. Yeah, man, I've been up to some nonsense around the park locally. You've had your fair share of watching New Zealand lose. Yes. I was at this match and was a bad mood after. Johnny, it's not this game. Let's get it cracking, guys. Links in the description. It's 5:35, so I'm going to get cracking before my children get out of bed. Hopefully they sleep in today. They may join us. We will see. Link is in the description, like I said, but let us get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1 hour and 55 minute stream. Clip. Best player in the world, in my opinion. Oh, man, that is such a tough question. Like when Dan Carter was playing, I would have said him because he was pretty much elite level at every part of his game. But who else is there like that now? Not sure. Millennium Stadium, 74,000 people, including Mark. Not me, Mark Dunphy. This was another excellent example of Irish hubris leading to staggering mediocrity. Oh, tough Mark. The Irish have already got this game hard enough. Getting that salt out. Who got up in New Zealand? I think it's just you and me, Matthew. You and me. Oh, those poor Irish fans, they don't know what's about to hit them. Craig. Mark needs to solicit ASAP. Indeed. I'm being brave. I left my kids downstairs watching a film. Good, man. What did I do yesterday? I put the kids in here watching something while I was doing something else, but that was only for about half an hour. It wasn't for 2 hours. I never saw this match with comments in English. True. You know, it is quite interesting to watch games with the different commentary. Like, generally in New Zealand, we get it with the Sky Sports New Zealand commentary team, so it's all Kiwis. But then sometimes when I watch the games online, it's like the ITV guys, like the British guys, or even like the Irish or Welsh guys. So, well, they're British, at least they're Welsh guys. So, yeah, it's definitely a different feeling to see that kind of stuff. Great game for an Argentinian fan. Cheers, bro. Yeah. I usually do these streams at 9 o'clock at night in New Zealand, and you guys are in the middle of the night, so we don't get many of the Argentinians on. I figured this was a pretty good game, at least in terms of the score. For the Irish fans, it's pretty tough, but Argentina have a pretty good time here. 2:36 in Argentina. So that's late enough for a beer, right? When this game happened, which team were you supporting? I don't even remember. Maybe Argentina because of the Southern Hemisphere connection, but maybe Ireland because I wanted to see them make a semi. Probably wasn't really too fussed either way. Watching a video, I found out Beast played number 8 before he was at the Sharks. Wow, that's crazy. Some guys have shifted around quite a lot. Can you hold off on the 2003 Australia-New Zealand game? Yeah, not for a little bit, bro. I was tempted to do it for Anzac Day, but not too soon. Was this the one where Maradona was there going mad? Maybe. He's a pretty passionate Argentinian sports fan, so he gets behind the rugby boys as well, I'm sure. Man, these guys get really into the anthem as well. It's pretty awesome. Man, that's cool. Pumped up. They'll be going to bed in an hour. My wife is at work, so trying to juggle this kids drinking. Okay. Send them to bed. Having watched the film, they should be nice and calm. Roy Best doesn't sing it. Interesting. Why is Peter Mahoney and Tyke Furlong in the stands? I guess it's 2015, so it's a long time ago. 2:37 p.m. here. Good. That's a good drinking time. Early afternoon beer and pizza. There you go. I'll have my coffee because it's 5:39 a.m. Yes, that's Maradona's thing. Okay, nice. You're up early, Mr. Sense. Bro, if you're in Australia, you are up much earlier than me. If it's like 5:30 here, it must be like 1 o'clock in the morning over there. Leandro's gonna cry. Yeah, the anthems do that for you, bro. The Argentinian guys always look pumped after their anthem, emotional. I know the game on Anzac Day is the Bledisloe Cup game. Yeah, the Dunedin game's a pretty good one, so I thought we'll do that one for Saturday. Favorite national anthem in World Rugby? I've always been quite. Oh, let's have a look at the lineup. French. I'd be fond of the French one. Healy, Best, Ross, Henderson, Toner, Murphy, Henry, Heaslip, Murray, Madigan, Henshaw, Earls, Bow, Carney. Wow, Dave Carney was starting. That's interesting. Creevy, Herrera, Petty, Lavanini, Matera, Fernandez, Lobe, Senatore, Lundajo, Sanchez, Fernandez, Moroni, Cordero, Imhoff, Tuca. That's a pretty good Argentinian team as well. Reece Ruddock's on the bench. De La Fuentes on the bench. Montoya. Is that Paddy Jackson on the bench? Seriously? I like the Argentina shirt, so I was cheering them on. Fair enough. Got to have your reason. Mark, if you spot yourself in the crowd, you'll have to let us know. Change your anthem to swing low. At least yours is quick. God Save the Queen is pretty quick. It doesn't take all day. New Zealand's one takes a long time. Tukelet was amazing in amazing form. Yeah, 2015 would have been his prime. Have you thought about watching Chiefs versus Broncos 2013? Don't watch 2020. 2020 match was good as well. Wow, we're about to kick off. The YouTube thing is at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. We are underway. Good morning, everybody. I've definitely only seen this game once, so this should be interesting and kind of painful for the Irish, I admit, but almost. Good evening, people. Your time zone morning. How's the coffee that you prep at 10 at night? Yeah, I got the cup ready. It's just packet mocha. So I got the cup ready. I got the jug full of water. I got the packet next to I got all the ingredients ready and the cup. Plus I've got a second cup in a little thermos. So I got everything ready and the coffee is going good. I'm starting to feel more lively. Woke up at 5 to get myself ready. 5:30. I was almost late, but not quite. So feeling pretty good, man. Hope things are going well. Hey, Logan. Geez, up early. I know, man. Essentially, with the live streams, I've got two choices. I do it before the kids go to bed, which is, well, not before the kids. After the kids go to bed, geez, it's too early. So usually that's like 9 o'clock is a pretty good time. Well, they go to bed earlier than that, but you know what I mean. Either that or before they get up. So that's now. I usually go with the other option, but hey. Cordero, what a player, indeed. Thought you were a Hurricanes fan in 2018, so you always wore who won in your videos. It's true. It's true. I'm on the coffee, you're on the beer. I'm glad you've still got some beer, man. I know in South Africa it can be pretty hard to come by. You must have stocked up before the lockdown. Oh, wow. Argentina are looking dangerous under that high ball already. Matera is pumped. 7 p.m. in Wales. Again, good time to be drinking a beer. I'm still on the coffee, Logan. Wow, man. 2 minutes and 55 seconds. What a start. Wow. There's quite a few Pumas fans in the crowd as well. Man. That's out of the blocks. It's that high ball, eh? Matera. Good hands from Fernandez Lobe to pick that up from his ankles. Wow. 145 at the moment, by the way. Not in Australia. Where are you at, bro? 145. 145 in the afternoon. Cheers from France. Thanks for the good stuff I share. I am from New Zealand, bro. You got Liverpool emblem, so that's good stuff. Bro, why am I awake? Because what a kick. I wanted to share the live streaming love with some of the boys who can't usually make the 9 p.m. New Zealand time one, so I got up at 5. See how much Matera is on this 2019 form. Yeah, true. I'm half asleep because you can't drink coffee because you're 12. Have hot chocolate, bro. It's the next best thing. 7-0 to Argentina. Brewing your own beer. Smart, man. Very smart. I thought about doing that as well, but I don't really have any experience of doing it. My uncle used to do it, but that doesn't mean I can do it. Oh man, Crevy with the out of the back of the hand chicken wing pass. International shirt is my favorite. It's tough. The All Blacks one is always pretty slick because it's hard to go wrong with an all black shirt. Fair call. I've got notification I was live, but taken aback. Am I doing okay with the lockdown? Yeah, man, it's busy because I'm still doing my day job from home and looking after the kids, which is like usually I get to drop them at daycare, not worry about them for 7.5 hours. But no such luck at the moment. How are you doing with lockdown? I thought this was on tomorrow, so I was going to get beer. See, drinking red wine. Whatever works, man. I did say Wednesday, which probably made you think Wednesday UK, but this is Wednesday morning New Zealand, so I guess good morning from tomorrow. Pineapple beer, homemade Hunter's Dry, and most Sapphirs will know Mampour, moonshine to the USA lads. Wow. Okay. Pineapple beer, they actually sell that in China. They sell cans of pineapple beer. It's okay if you're in the mood for pineapple beer. It's more of a summer drink, I would say. Matera just lost the ball. Ireland have an opportunity now. Tuchel is a world class. I like Boffelli. Kind of broke what my mum said about do not get up at 5. Do what your mum says, man. That's good life advice. Whoa, the Argentinian scrum just monstered the Irish. Holy moly, this has been a pretty bad 10 minutes. Oh, 1:45 in the morning. Holy moly, man. Somewhere in Asia. Okay, stay safe. 1:45. Have you not gone to bed? After last year's championship, Australia, Argentina were gonna go far in the World Cup. Yeah, it's hard to say with them, man. I think Ledesma and Quesada are not on the same page at the minute. Tuchel was world class, and Albafili is most better. Homebrewing can go wrong if you don't distill the alcohol properly. I was only thinking of homebrewing beer, to be honest, rather than anything sharper. Some guys at my work make their own beer. Problem is, it's like another kind of drug, like wife beating drug. That's not what you want. Seeing Paul O'Connell off injured for this game, last Irish appearance after seeing him. Yeah, that's true. I know freezing. Bro, it's Auckland. It's not that cold. I got a warm coffee. How come I'm doing this so early? Because one of the guys from America said he could never join in because I always do it. Wow, Emoff. I remember that one. The way he got it into the. He has to try, right? I'm sure I remember that one because he gets it down before he goes over the dead ball line. Doing this early because my one of the American guys said that he can never join in because it's always like on at a horrendous hour. So I thought I'll get up early. Hey Manu, you up early, bro? Wi-Fi is great now because no one's on Wi-Fi. True enough. At least I'm working. You're good. Class is essential since the government helped. They're checking this try, by the way. Class essential since in on the government help desk, so working. So I'd not get into homebrewing. Being essential is good. My job is not essential, but it's doable from home, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I say that in jest. I'm getting paid, so I honestly cannot complain in the slightest. What a finish is right, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. That is a thing of beauty. What a try. Oh, my Lord. Hello, Tom. Did you see New Zealand is going to alert level 3 next week? Yep. Doesn't mean much difference for me. I'll be able to order KFC, apparently. McDonald's is going to be open, whatnot, but I'm still going to be home. My kids are still going to be home, so nothing should really change for me. I'm cooking, watching, and drinking wine. Oh, Sanchez in off the post. Everything is going Argentina's way right now. I don't remember how one-sided this opening 10 minutes was. That's crazy. Man. Far out. That's crazy. Pineapple beer is funny. Chicken on how you do it. I wanted to say appreciate my videos. The voice of sanity in crazy times. Yeah, bro. I'm just trying to keep on keeping on like everybody else. Trying to teach myself German in lockdown. It's keeping you busy. That's a good thing to do if you haven't got any work to do or anything. I tried Duolingo for languages, but I think you need real practice aside from just that, and it doesn't do the grammar very well from personal experience. So the live stream notification, I have nothing to do tomorrow, so here you are. Cheers, man. Good man. Unfortunately, I've got to go to work after this game. Go to work. But again, I can't complain because I'm getting paid. Like some people are legit wanting to go to work and can't go to work. So I won't go there. Feel bad for Argentina. I hope one day they can make a final. Yeah, I think this World Cup just gone was the worst one they've had, man, because generally they're a team that at least put in a few good performances at World Cup time. Hello from South Africa, current Rugby World Cup champs. Hey, man. I was binge watching Father Ted before this. That's funny because I've been watching a few, not episodes of Father Ted, but like some clips. YouTube, for some reason, has been suggesting I watch Father Ted clips. I'm not sure why. Like that lady, go on, go on, go on. Yeah. Better than redundancies. Oh, you're on the government help desk, like the contact tracing desk? Coin rugby, yeah, man. That's you usually need two people to play coin rugby. I'm at 21:55 on the YouTube stream, and the game clock is at 12:26. Glad for this one. Normally, midweek stream is at the time when you're working, so you can't tune in. Yeah, true, man. Loving the Bulls jersey at the back here from yesterday's vid. I haven't taken it down. And Burger King folded. Yeah, Burger King has been in trouble for quite some time here in New Zealand. They have gone into receivership. Morning, Jonathan. How's it going? I am well. It's early, but I'm well. Have you been watching Isolation Nation? Nah, I haven't been watching. Someone with some better memory than me, what's the deal with all the Irish guys in the stands? Was this Irish team ravaged by injury throughout the tournament or what? I mean, I just saw Sexton in the stand as well. O'Connell's been in the stand. Omani's been in the stand. How much of that was selection and how much of that was injury? I remember watching this game in Subway in Bristol way back in the Masterclass. What final French Cardiff. Happy memories all around. Have a cup of tea. I'm on coffee. Father Ted was first broadcast 25 years ago today. Maybe that's why I'm getting so much suggested in my YouTube feed. The government are paying 80% of our wages in the UK. The government here is doing the same, paying people's wages who can't work 80%. But I don't think that works for like the business owner, which is tough. Like a bunch of cafes and stuff are still having to pay rent, but they got no work to do. Beaumont or Pichot. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't read either of their manifestos. I mean, at a gut level, I would say Pichot because he seems like he wants to shake things up. But I mean, just saying shake things up is no reason to like vote for somebody. Like I like to think I would be more informed making any kind of decision. But yeah, Bill Bowman does seem very kind of old boys club, doesn't he? Sanchez just kicked the penalty to make it 17-0 after 13 minutes. They go on more than a point a minute. Watching an old Pumas All Blacks game from the 80s, commentator spoke about how Pumas thought to move easily into semifinals of the first World Cup. Wow. Barely know any players from both teams. Who do you think would win this game at the time? It was a pretty good Irish team going into the game. But I guess World Cup, you never know. But they blew it, indeed. Where did Argentina go out in the first World Cup? I want to go to work, says Nathan. Yeah, a lot of people want to go back. People sitting around twiddling their thumbs. So, yeah, like I said, I can't really complain about having work to do from home. Watching old games is very evident of how the Pumas were so crippled for not going pro. I've certainly got the talented players, man. Took them until 2007 to produce a top team. Our government will take 80% of our silo before they even pay a percent. Oh. Right. So no handouts from the government in South Africa then. They said on the news here the other day that like the banks have lent like $6 billion to support struggling businesses, which is a ton of money. Man, Argentina are on the attack again. Lost to Fiji in the group stage, but had an amazing team. Is that right? Back in 87. I've only seen one game in full from 87, and that was the final. I can't go to school because you got asthma. Yep. Oh, he's going to go for a droppy. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible strike. That's the first thing that's really gone wrong for the Pumas. Porters, that's true. Why would you say Ireland don't perform at World Cups? I think it has to be mental. Like I said earlier about New Zealand not performing at World Cups either. Like we used to choke pretty bad. So I think it has to be something similar. Once they get over a quarterfinal, I think if they can win a quarterfinal, then that'll be the monkey off the back that they'll actually be able to go on and do something. But until that happens, it's going to be continued trouble. It helps if you don't pull the All Blacks in your quarterfinal, to be fair. Argentina were unreal in this one. You are not wrong, man. They are on fire. Sometimes you just come across a team that is absolutely gold, and there's not much you can do about it. The ref wants the TMO a tackle. World Rugby put the 87 Rugby World Cup Argentina Fiji game on their channel. Okay. I'll have to have a look because they've been putting a lot of good games on their channel recently, including this one. Off the ball. Oh, it's going to be a yellow card. Right. Missed drop goal and a yellow card. Maybe things are starting to turn around in this game. Don't know what I'm watching. This game never happened. Yeah, I think I've already forgotten about that 95 game I watched the other day. And the 99 game I watched the other day. Wow, great kick. I thought he'd stuff that for a second. New Zealand have been pretty good about us not winning the World Cup. Yeah, I think we didn't kind of melt down like we have in previous years when we lost the 2019 one because we were just beaten by a better team, man. We couldn't really say much, right? Right, Ireland have got a line out 7 meters out. They need to score ASAP. Interesting. Do the ABs go into a match and think we have this or we can have this? I think they usually think if they perform up to their best, then they should be able to win it. I think it'd be dangerous to go into any match thinking you've definitely got it. At least that's what they would tell you. I told my Irish mate the Ireland jersey was cheaper because it hasn't got a World Cup on the sleeve. He wasn't happy. That's brutal. Oh, what happened there? I missed that. You took a quick tap? Oh, not from the mark. Definitely a mental thing. Mental barriers are so hard. If not, ask the Pumas. It's a thing they know about. I think it has to be, man. It's a huge thing. You can't underestimate it. Ireland should play Scotland in the next World Cup quarterfinal. I mean, it'll go. I'd rather go to a semi and lose. Court case. Oh, snap. That's shots fired against our Scottish brothers. Interesting. Ireland opted for the 3 there. I guess they needed to get points on the board, but 17-0 down with a man advantage. Maybe in hindsight, that would have been a time to push. Don't know. All right, 2 cents. What time on the game? The game clock is at 19 minutes and 30 seconds for me, bro. Did Argentina have Graham Henry as an attack coach in this World Cup? I think as an advisor. I think. Oh, I remember the game. My son was being born. I watched it and enjoyed it from the clinic. Wow, that's quite a story. That's good news all around. Having a baby and winning a game. Crazy. I think both my kids were born at times which didn't interfere with the rugby, which was nice of them. Why are you awake? I got up early for this one so we could watch with some of the guys in different time zones. This game's finally starting to settle down. Like Argentina had those 17 points after like 13 minutes. Watch the Springboks v All Blacks third test in 1996 today. Epic match. Okay. Maybe that's what I need to go back and watch. I was told the other day I need to go and watch like the All Blacks Springboks, I think, fourth game from 1956. I don't even know if that kind of stuff's available. 1956, even my mum was just being born. Did you go to the All Blacks ceremony thing at Vic Park after the All Blacks won the World Cup? I did not. I did not. I think I had the option to, but I didn't. What can we say? Southern Hemisphere has better teams. Certainly got the record at the World Cup, that's for sure. Greatest rugby rivalry in the opinion of the 2 Cents universe. All Blacks Springboks is always a good one. I feel like England-Wales is also pretty heated. What a kick. These two teams have got a bit of a history. England-Argentina's got like history off the field as well. So, oh man, there's heaps. I don't know. As an All Blacks fan, I think you have to go All Blacks Springboks, but every country's got their own one. I can't remember the Italy versus South Africa game in 2016. Did that ever happen? Maybe we should watch that one. What do you reckon? I'll see if I can find it. That's a big upset, right? I don't actually think have I seen that game? I don't think I got up to watch that one. Really, I want to see a rematch with Scotland and Japan. I think Scotland would be pretty fired up for that one. But they've both got the same coaches, so it'll be interesting. Such disciplined children you have, Mark. I know, right? Not being born during rugby time. You need a beer, not coffee. Too early for beers, I think. Always have one strong team at the World Cup, that's right. Make a video on your top 10 favorite matches. Oh, man. That'd be tough. I'd be tempted just to go for internationals, but then there'd be some, like, I don't know, Super Rugby or other matches that I might have seen. If only it had been a Pumas Scotland semi-final. Sometimes the nature of the draw can be troublesome. Everyone versus England and Australia are the greatest rugby rivalries. Everyone does seem to like beating Australia and England, it's true. But what about when Australia plays England? Is that a good rivalry? Oh, man, Ireland just knocked it on. It's really not going their way, man. This is painful. Not even Irish, but even I can feel that it's pretty painful. New Zealand versus Australia because of the Anzac rivalry. That's true. It's a good one. One of my friends had a wedding on the day of the 2019 World Cup final, but the wedding was after the game, so they had a good wedding. Nice. That's well planned. Everyone would have been in a pretty good mood, I would imagine, in South Africa. Man, why was Keith Earls playing centre? We've already done the Japan 2015 game, so no need for the Italy game. True. I need to give the South Africans a bit of a break before watching that one, eh? Who else hasn't had a... Someone suggested like Samoa, Australia from 2011 or something, but I couldn't find it. But I'm sure there's a game from around that time where Scotland beat Australia as well. Maybe I need to watch something like that. AB's Boxers Clash of the Titans. It's usually a pretty good one. It's true. It was 6 a.m. for the 2019 World Cup final, and we was in the pub. Oh, off the post. Unfortunate. They did get permission to keep pubs open a bit longer over here during World Cup times, so never too early for a beer. I don't know, man. 6 o'clock? Maybe still too early. Here we go. Fitzgerald is going for gold. What a try. Boy, did Ireland need that. Oh, my Lord. What a try. Peter O'Mahony looks angry, but happy angry, if that's a thing. Conor Murray was the one who got that ball. What a line. Man. Surprised the Aussies get very good in rugby union, given up, don't have the results to back up being the big over on Hayes. Yeah, it's a weird one. England v Wales is the biggest. Which country will be the next to break into Tier 1? And will be Canada. I think most people say Fiji and Japan, right? they're the ones that people want to get a higher level of competition, like the way they got Argentina into the Rugby Championship. Those are the two. Canadian rugby needs a bit of a boost, but having the Toronto Arrows and the MLR is definitely a good thing. Samoa had a mean team in 2011, losing to South Africa 13-6. Yeah, they've actually dropped quite a bit in those years. I think SRW uploaded that game in 2017 where they gave us a massive hiding. They uploaded the one from, I think, also 2017 where New Zealand just squeaked by them. Maybe that'd be a good game to watch. I'm off to find all traces of Box v Italy 2016 and delete it. Yeah. New Zealand hasn't quite lost to Italy as yet. In my lifetime? Maybe? What do you reckon? Did you guys know that the chant England used to sing is a slave song? Really? Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I got no idea what it's about. I just know the words. I think Japan is the next tier 1 team. Japan have the advantage of having a pretty decent team and a good economy, which I think we'll see them put into a competition first. Revenge for quarterfinals in 2015. Might be right. Italy v Georgia, I feel, will become a big one. Yeah. I think the Italians feel a bit of extra pressure to beat the Georgians every time they play, but they did the last 2 times they played, from what I remember. I should say for this game, 10 points to 20. Ireland have done pretty well to come back after that fantastic Puma start. Like 10 to 20 is still game on. Why did New Zealand not get a break when they lost the World Cup? Why should South Africa? What? But New Zealand did not get a break when they lost the World Cup. I must have missed something. I think Georgia v Italy will have more fire to it if a Six Nations spot is on the line. True. That's not going to happen, though. Georgia doesn't have the economy, at least from everything I've read. What time am I in the game? The game clock is at 28:36, and the YouTube clip is at 43 minutes and 55 seconds. They drew to Italy. Italy's got the upper hand now, bro. Don't go there. Swing Low was a slave song, but not anymore. No idea. I had no idea about that. I'll have to look it up. We've got to beat you at your place before you lose to Italy. Hopefully this tour in the middle of the year still goes ahead, but it seems unlikely. If you see the highlights reel of Scotland-New Zealand game, some Scottish guy commented, maybe if I keep replaying, Hogg will make it past Barrett. I know that logic, though. Like, every now and again, you sit down to watch an old game and think, maybe my team can do it this time, which is ridiculous, but still. Last year's AB's box, when they drew, was a good match, and the year before, eh? Oh, no, the year before wasn't a draw. It was a win to South Africa. Wait a minute. Can't imagine what it would be like to be on the cusp of beating the All Blacks only to get bundled into touch. I still remember that game where Ireland almost had us beaten in Dublin, and we went kind of length of the field, and Crotty ended up scoring a try. And then they got 2 shots at goal to get the conversion. That must have been horrendously painful. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot is theorized to be a song about death. Man, that's heavy. That's heavy stuff for 6:20 in the morning. I'm going to need more coffee. Jonathan, all good. You watched games New Zealand lost, so you fear... Oh, I do 3 games South Africa lost. The games I've been watching at the World Cup, it's just New Zealand's on a bad run. Like, I've been watching World Cup finals, so and semis, so yeah. Anything between 87 and 2011 is going to be pretty painful. I was going to watch South Africa versus Georgia and Port Elizabeth in July, but that might not happen. Yeah, June, July, even though it's quite far away in the scheme of things, seems unlikely at this point. Hog flew too close to the sun. Just like Icarus, right? Still feel if the June internationals continue, Georgia should get 2 games versus Namibia in a doubleheader. Namibia versus Georgia, then South Africa v Scotland. I mean, I hope everything goes ahead, but I honestly can't see it happening right now. Maybe we will get some domestic competitions that are hastily set up for the year, but anything international at this point seems unlikely. It's a religious song sung by slaves. There was a player called Charles Offler in the squad back in the 80s. People made puns of his names in the movie Chariots of Fire. If you want to watch Ireland in the World Cup, you will only watch group matches or a quarterfinal. That's just one of those things, isn't it? Like, it's one of those weird outliers that they've never made it past a quarterfinal. Oh, man, off the post. I don't think there's many people that can outrun Barrett. That guy is flipping quick. Especially his acceleration. He gets out of the blocks really, really fast, which I think is what catches a lot of people off guard. Probably should have kicked that penalty, by the way. So they're still 10 points down after 32 minutes and 48 seconds. Close kick, damn, is right. Barrett can't score a try when open try line is winking at him. He needs defenders to beat before he can score. That does seem to add a bit of fuel to his fire, right? If he's got someone that he can make look silly. Some England fans during a Five Nations fixture back in the 80s were trying to get the crowd to sing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, which of course was referencing Chariots of Fire pun. Are you serious? Hey, Unknown Junkie and Chris. Game clock is at 33:38 if you are watching. That's the official Rugby Football Union story. Man, I did not know that at all. What do you think of Eddie Jones extending contract with England? I think it's a good move. Dave Carney's looking a bit upset. We miss Imofin Cordero. Oh, dislocated finger for Dave Carney. Ouch. $20-10 to Argentina. Yeah, man, it was 17-0 at one point. 2 cents. How much money do you make off YouTube? It varies. Surprisingly enough, not very much when there's no rugby on. I think for April I might be at like $50 or something. I don't know. Sometimes it's enough to buy a jersey. Sometimes not. Just reminiscing, 2019 finals still so proud of South Africa. No, Springboks are still number one, lads. If this lockdown keeps going, eventually we will have to watch the 2019 final again if it's somewhere on YouTube. It's quite the game. Almost died of laughter when Barrett knocked on versus Canada. That would have shown even the best can hit a speed wobble. I'd forgotten about that, but that's true. Player's name was actually Martin Offler, but I don't know where Charles came from. Okay. Further reading if you're interested in Swing Low story. Yeah, I'll have to have a look because I never knew any of that. Where does Waltzing Matilda come from? Like, I've got no idea. It's just one of those songs. Stadium was hot and all the players inside were exhausted. True. Okay, now I do actually remember that. Enough to buy beer. That's true. That's true. Beer money. Chicken wings, I'm referring to the speed wobbles. You can prevent it. True. I found the 2003 final on YouTube. That's next in the queue. Maybe not this week, but next week, Saturday. I think we watched that one. This Saturday is Anzac Day, which is Australia-New Zealand Army Corps Day, which is a public holiday here in New Zealand, even though it's falling on a Saturday. So I have to do an Australia-New Zealand game on Saturday. Barrett v. Farrell v. Sexton in their prime. Poor man. If Barrett doesn't need to kick the goals, can I go Barrett? I love the Barrett brothers, but found it hilarious when any of them make stupid, pointless mistakes. And they've all done it. Scott got a red card against the Aussies. Geordie gifted the South Africans a try. Bodie's missed a bunch of goals. Can you say hi to Kobe and Eden? They have just joined me. Hey, boys, almost bedtime. When your dad tells you to go to bed, make sure you go to bed. But good morning from New Zealand. Friendly reminder that Johnny Wilkinson's dropkick never happened. Yeah, definitely never happened. Pretty sure they just called off that World Cup, I don't think anything happened. Martin Offler was a league player in the 80s and early 2000s. What? Too much stuff I do not know. What I do know is it's 10 points to 20 after 37 minutes and 23 seconds. And Argentina have slowed down after a phenomenal start. Ireland have a couple of injuries in this game. Yeah, they have. 2015 final then. 2015 final we might have to watch at some point. Pretty sure that one happened. We sound like a bunch of alcoholics in the chat. Alcoholics and history buffs. talking about classic stuff, but I guess that's the theme, right? There's no current stuff on, so. Barrett had a red card with Bowden, Scott, Geordie's only brother had no red card. Played a league for Sydney Roosters, man. Tyke Furlong is filming the game on a camcorder. Paul O'Connell's reading a tablet on an iPad. Looking at New Zealand and South Africa rugby over the last 2 years, what happened to Australia rugby? Coach? Yeah, I think Cheika didn't keep up, maybe, as part of it. His selections, I think, were just weird. I think that was the weaker area of his game more than coaching was his selections, because for most of his time he was just given a free rein to pick whoever he wanted, and no one person should have that much power, right? Maybe Rassie does, I don't know, but Cheika picked some really weird guys, like people who probably weren't up to scratch, but he still kept picking them. The wine is going down easy. I'm going to get the second coffee. Hopefully it's still warm. It's been in this thermos-like container. We are at halftime. 20-10 in favor of Argentina. I would say, to summarize, Argentina came out of the blocks, a couple of quick punches, and took a massive lead, but Ireland have worked their way back into the game. Probably still too many errors. Actually, Ireland could be a little bit closer if I'm thinking about it. And is it warm or is it cold? It's not hot, but it's warm. I found the 2015 semi-final between ABs and South Africa. Now that is a brutal game. That might be one to watch at some point too. Who's Johnny Wilkinson? Name doesn't ring a bell. What was Paul O'Connell doing on the iPad playing Clash of Clans? Was it out in 2015? After 2003, everything went downhill. All the resources used to prop up Super Rugby at the expense of grassroots. I did read that they put tons of money into the Wallabies and whatnot, thinking that if the Wallabies are doing well, grassroots will do well because people will want to emulate the Wallabies guys. But then if the Wallabies didn't do well and grassroots wasn't getting the funding, the game suffered. So I think generally funding the game at the lowest levels is a good way to get people into the game, because if you fund grassroots, you get them in it for life. Whereas if you just fund the top guys, you might get fair weather people who are into the game, but not necessarily the long term. Having supper and a beer. I'm having my coffee. Second coffee of the morning. 6:35. My children are not awake yet, which is good. See if they can sleep for another however long this has got to go. 55 minutes. Some of those Irish players are giants. There's some big boys on both sides, to be fair. And now 11 ex-Wallabies Captain's just called for the CEO of Rugby Australia to get sacked. Really? I think Australia's got too much of the old boys thing going on in their rugby as well. The previous guy was a right moron, right? How did Checker end up at Leinster and then Stad? I watched a Leinster DVD that somebody sent me, and Leinster scouted Checker. They wanted to get somebody kind of innovative, I think. And at the time, yeah, he was doing stuff at, I think, club rugby in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But yeah, I remember they scouted him, and he was a bit of a left field choice, but yeah, he had a good record. Okay, you started playing Clash of Clans at that time. Beer here, 2 cheers from Durban. Still my coffee. So cheers. Some good All Black Springboks games in 2005, 2006. Those might be some good ones to go back and watch as well. I haven't seen any games with Bucky's Porter yet, so I do need to go back and watch something with him. Are you going to do a daily vlog? I don't think so. Not enough's going on. Spot on in regards to the old boys thing. I think that from the outside, and I'm not just speculating, but that seems to be why people don't like Raelene Castle. She's a woman. She's got like a league background. She's not one of the old boys. They'd rather see someone familiar in place. But man, Fitzgerald's having a blinder. Man, this is game on. I want to right back into this one. Paul O'Connell has stopped playing Clash of Clans to look at the game. Uh-oh. Are they going to call us back? Rugby fans in Australia call it the New South Wales Boys Club. No, that was a hell of a try. Man, this is going to be 17-20. This is 20-17. This is a close game. Man, 20 points to 17. Game on. At this point, like the momentum seems to be with Ireland. They've scored 17 points. Argentina have scored 3 since that initial blitz. A lot of insiders are putting their weight behind Phil Kearns. And the media, Fox Sports media seems to be really pushing the argument that Castle's under heaps of pressure and she needs to go, blah, blah, blah. I hope Ireland wins this one. Well, maybe. The momentum is certainly with them at the moment. I saw the banana kick you did. I can't believe you threw an actual banana over the posts. I couldn't do an actual banana kick to save my life, so I thought, why not? I thought it was funny. I still ate the banana. It was the 3rd time I'd thrown it over the post as well, so it was virtually like mush. Do the big impersonation again, please. Well, Bicker doesn't even do that, like that little dance that he does. He doesn't do that anymore, but there's plenty of memes of him doing that, so I figured it was a good one. The kicks were spot on. Yeah. I love it that the only way I could get a goal over from 22 meters was just to do a big toe poke. I tried doing like a proper kick a few times and it didn't go anywhere. A toe poke over. 2 cents low key, Dan Carter. Yeah. Would love to see that Dan Carter banana kick on live stream. I know, right? Maybe I'll have a banana for breakfast. That'll be the closest thing. Castle oversaw the Australia under-20s beat the All Blacks under-20s in the schoolboys score, going unbeaten in their last tour of New Zealand. Why does everyone still hate her there, man? I guess just because she's not part of the club. I want to see your DMAC impersonation. Man, I should have done a DMAC one. That would have been really good. The cheesy grin. But that's school, because like in New Zealand's lockdown, we're still allowed to walk around locally. That school where I did the kicks and whatnot, it's all closed off now. They've put signs up saying keep out. Where did the ball end up when you kicked it? Well, I did it left-footed, so it didn't go far at all. It kind of just dribbled along the ground. I got a 10 that says Ireland don't do it. I'm not taking that bet. Although they're on Argentina's 22-meter line. They've scored not quite 17 unanswered points, but 17-3 since the 13th minute. So they are looking like almost the favourites at this point. Watch New Zealand v Ireland 2018. Bro, I've still got to watch the 2003 semi-final against Australia, the 2007 match against France. I've got a fair bit of All Blacks pain coming my way. I might see if I can slip that 2018 game in at some point to make up for this one. I need to give the Irish guy something to cheer about. So you drank the banana? Pretty much. Yeah, it was pretty mushy after being thrown over the sticks 3 times. They're disappointed in Dan Bigger's game against France. I can't even remember. The Wales didn't have their best Six Nations, though, from what we've seen thus far. Wow, Emhoff. This game is close. Does this thing go to extra time, or are you tripping? I think you're tripping. I don't think it's going to make it to extra time somehow. Trevor Nyakane did a damn bigger. Really? That guy is hilarious. He seems to have a proper good sense of humor. It's 20 points to 17 to Argentina after 49 minutes and 41 seconds. You could smash you in the video. He's low-key John Lomu. Yeah, wearing my my All Blacks jersey, which looked like a Wizards cape on him, but still. I'm afraid of Castle leaving as an Australian fan. Heard rumors Dave Rennie will leave if she goes. Yeah. I might do a video on that whole kerfuffle at some point, but I've kind of left it to wait until, because it's all just speculation at the minute. Argentina 23, Ireland 17 after 50 minutes and 22 seconds. The jersey gives it away. Yeah, this might be a bit of a spoiler, but I've got the Leinster jersey. I figured Contepomi played for Leinster for a while, so that's a good choice to put in the background. The Connacht one, it's green. Ireland plays in green. She inherited a broken organization and wasn't helped much by the Folau mess. Yeah, Raylene Castle's been dealt a pretty crappy hand. In New Zealand news, the sun seems to be up. My curtains are still shut, but the sun seems to be coming up. Argentina was the biggest disappointment in last year's World Cup. Yeah. That was a weird pull because it had England, it had France, and France always do well at World Cups, and Argentina, who always do well at World Cups. So something had to break, and it was Argentina. Man, Argentina's passing is loose at the moment. Like, you'd have to be pretty confident if you're an Ireland fan at the moment, honestly. Begs the question is why anyone would think a new CEO would fix anything, if not cause more issues. Yeah, Phil Kearns, like, what experience does he have of leading any organizations anyway? My nurse has seen a big rise in my blood pressure watching this game. Cheers, 2 cents. Ireland are looking like they're in a pretty good position at the moment. They're in the ascendancy. Facundo Issa, what a player. He is very good, man. Can't believe he didn't go to the World Cup. Excuse for Wales, we are changing everything, but yeah, it's not our best six. Definitely, I can understand that with Pivak in the top job now. There's going to be a bit of Herrera. What are you doing, you madman? There's going to be a bit of like teething problems, right? Snap, Argentina coming close. England France game got cancelled. Yeah, exactly. He's a lucky boy. I had totally forgotten about that. Can you imagine if he got yellow carded and then red carded because he's already been off? That is lucky. When Isan Sanchez left for Europe, the Pumas lost momentum. Yeah, 2 cents. I ain't watched since the World Cup. What's good? There's no rugby on, man. So we are watching some classic matches. We're 52 minutes into Ireland against Argentina from the 2015 World Cup. It is 23-17 to Argentina. But Ireland have just kicked another penalty to bring it back within 3 points. Game on. I think I get Peter Steph Dutour thinking of our last. Oh, not Peter Steph Dutour. You get PTSD. Sorry. You get PTSD thinking of our last two World Cup quarterfinals. Again, believe it or not, but World Cups used to be really painful for us Kiwis. 91, 95, 99, 03, 07. Every campaign was a bit of a big old failure. So if the Argentinian wasn't sent off against England, it could have been different. That's true. But still, I don't think England were losing that pool. Kearns apparently is some bigwig at an insurance firm now. Okay. He still seems like a bit of a twit, doesn't he? Just been watching Dan Bigger, man. He is a. Is it supposed to say banana? What's the difference between people in Dubai and people in Abu Dhabi? People don't like skirt. Come on, Tim. That's terrible. That's one of your kids' jokes, isn't it? My son's got a knock knock book full of jokes, and one of them was knock knock. Who's there? Little old lady. Little old lady who? I didn't know you could yodel. Like knock knock jokes are pretty bad. But I didn't think that one was the worst. I think that was all right. Which player your favorite? All in all, man. I think Michael Jones and Grant Fox were always my favorites because I met them as a child and they were always kind of big guys when I was a kid. So probably those guys. Rugby World Cups was to New Zealand what Cricket World Cup is to South Africa. They were very painful for us for a long time. Like 2011 and 2015 kind of healed those wounds, but man, they were pretty brutal for a long time. New Zealand would be so good between World Cups, and then World Cups we would just blow it. But like I said, can't really complain now because we've won two of them. So 2 of them since. Your boy thought that knock joke was good. I thought so as well. Like the book he's got is mostly for the pretty terrible ones, but I thought that one was actually kind of clever. I probably didn't do it justice. Man, 23-20. This game is brutally close. 23-20 after 56 minutes, 30 seconds is the score. Very close. The link to the game is in the description if you want to watch it. Are you sure that Justin Marshall isn't your favorite rugby player? Well, when I was in the South Island a few weeks ago, I did go to Mataura, which is his hometown, just to be in Justin Marshall's hometown. Like I stopped there. I was going to drive through it anyway, but I got out of the car and walked around the rugby club. So, what can I say? Maybe it is Justin Marshall. Man, look at the Irish crowd. Schmidt's looking pretty stressed. His team has done pretty well to come back from 17-0 down, but there's still more than 20 minutes to go. Such a nice stadium at Cardiff. I will have to go one of these days. It looks pretty nice. Oh, and the Argentinians have just knocked it on again. And they've just given away an atrocious penalty. It doesn't seem to be going Argentina's way at this moment. I remember playing games like these. You 15 minutes, you 1 score ahead, everything to play for. You forget about the pain and play like an animal. The Argentina need to settle down at the moment. They're looking a bit indisciplined. Man, I still got homework and it's 9 o'clock here in South Africa because you've been watching rugby all day. Yeah, man. Well, it's 6:54 here in the morning. I will log on to work computer pretty much immediately after this game is over. So we'll see. Ireland are going to take a long shot at goal. Does he get this? It's a long kick. Crowd has gone very, very, very quiet. Oh, just wide. Just wide. I remember trying to work the day after South Africa won the World Cup. It was a slow day. I can imagine. Ricardo was just up from a nap. Sorry, I haven't replied to any of Ricardo's emails recently. Ricardo, it's 23-20 to Argentina after 59 minutes. Do you think the Juarez joining Super Rugby has backfired on the Pumas? I think long term it should be beneficial, but the coach of the Pumas and the coach of the Juarez need to be on the same page. And from what I understand, there's a bit of tension between them at the moment, which is probably not helping. It's not just the stadium in Cardiff, it's the life all around, bars, restaurants, and clubs. I will definitely have to go one of these days. Do people at your work by this time know you have a YouTube channel? A couple of months ago, you said, no, they don't do rugby much. One of the guys definitely knows. He followed rugby during the World Cup, which is what a lot of people do. You know, they kind of only really watch World Cups. He stumbled across one of my videos at a World Cup. One of the other guys knows because that guy told him. So a couple of them know. Not many. One other guy from another department knows because he's a Tonga fan and he watched one of my videos too. But yeah, for the most part, most of them don't know. If it was cricket, I think more of them would know because there's a few Indian guys in my office. They're not really interested in rugby. Nice surprise. He's no Gavin Henson. Well, that guy had the cannon of a boot, didn't he? It's almost 4 p.m. here in Buenos Aires. Hope you're well, ma'am. That sounds like it's beer drinking time. Here it is almost 7 in the morning, so not quite beer drinking time. I'm drinking coffee. You should do 2002 Crusaders Warriors 92-17. Too much of a hiding. I like to do the games that are a bit closer, I think. You'd never get a break. 92-17. It'd just be constantly scoring. Have they subscribed? Otherwise, they have bad colleagues. The guy who first found it, he said he subscribed. So, yeah, that's good. It's funny, like the stats always show that more viewers are not subscribed than subscribed. It's a weird thing, but I guess there's a lot of YouTube channels that I watch that I am not subscribed to. So I guess that's just a thing. Oh, Ireland have just given away a penalty. It's advantage. $8 p.m. in England. Definitely beer drinking time. 2007 Bulls versus Reds 92-3. Man, talk about hidings. I was at England, Ireland 1953-15. I ended up chatting to the guys behind us from New Zealand. Nice. Yeah, if the score blows out, you don't lose interest, but it loses the tension. It doesn't have you kind of like fixed to your seat in the same way. Rugby World Cup Australia and Namibia 142-0. Or there's the 95 one where we beat Japan by 140 something points. 10 p.m. in Bahrain. Time for a nightcap. The birds are tweeting. Sun's up. Oh, Sanchez with the penalty. 26-20. I feel like I should open the curtains. The sun's up. $142-0. Yeah. I think it's the record for World Cup scores, like in terms of the margin. 2003 Australia versus Namibia doesn't count as a rugby match. That's a cricket match. Yeah. Sun's still up on your side of the world? No way. Would have thought it's too late for that. Man, that's one thing I admire about both these sets of fans is, boy, are they into the game. Like, we as New Zealanders do not do that. Like the singing, the jumping, we kind of just politely clap and maybe chant black, but that's about it. Or all blacks. Like, that's about as far as we go as Kiwis. Cape Town, the sun sets at 8 p.m. The sun can set pretty late here when it's in summer, but yeah, it's setting earlier than that recently. We are coming into some cold weather. Well, cold by New Zealand standards anyway, not Canadian standards. Oh, I think I can hear one of my children. They generally wake up between 6:30 and 7:30, and it's 7 o'clock, so that's about right. Photo on Facebook. I haven't checked Facebook yet today. Ireland should go wide quicker, I guess, but it's a Joe Schmidt coach team. Going wide quick is not really a Joe Schmidt thing. Oh, Tim, that's a cool photo with the kids. Oh, Nathan's watching as well. Oh, that's an old message. Just the one about the beast. Oh, and then there's the sun. Wow, the sun is setting in the UK. My curtains are open a slight touch, and it's sun is definitely coming up. Roy Best going off. We will see the sun today, and it's for a week. Rain. It's been murky here recently, to be fair. Man, I don't remember this game being this close for this long. For some reason, I had it in my head that Argentina gave Ireland a bit of a hiding, but my memory has proved to be pretty unreliable. Oh, Rob Kearney did an amazing job to catch that ball. Imagine Canadians in New Zealand when it's really hot. I don't know, man. New Zealand doesn't get that hot either. When I moved to China, like Auckland's hottest is like 29, 30 degrees, and it was flipping 39 degrees, 40 degrees over there. I was suffering. Too linear, easier to defend. True. Because you're in the AM, you're not on beer. Yeah, man, it's the morning. I got work in half an hour or so. I can't be on beers. I'm on coffees. They just zoomed in on some Irish guy in the crowd who was clearly swearing, but even because it was such a zoomed in shot, you could see the Irish accent and the way he pronounced the F word. That was amazing. Good camera work. England v Wales 2008 was an enjoyable game. Okay. China gets nasty, 38 degrees with 80% humidity. Yeah. Where I was in China, essentially you walk out your door, you go like 100 meters and you're just sweating. Yeah. It's pretty bad. New Zealand doesn't get like that. Oh. Conor Murray's been pinged for a draw for a knock on at scrum time. Pretty bad. Wasn't that when Wales beat England 30-3? Man, if that's true, you've got one heck of a memory. 22 degrees by Thursday up here. What's the weather forecast here? I'm sure it's not going to hit 20 here today. Maybe. It's 11 degrees here at the moment. It's going to peak at 19. So I guess that's comfortable. He wasn't swearing. He was asking for a cake recipe. Oh. I live in the desert in summer. It's regularly hit 50 degrees. Oh, my Lord. I can't even imagine it. Like, New Zealand is honestly so mild compared to the majority of the world, except we get lots of rain. Like, seriously, we get lots of rain. The grass is green all year round. Pretty much. Here's trouble. Did he seriously get that down? No way. Check the grounding. Yeah, no sugar, Sherlock. Check the grounding. President was addressing the nation, but he hasn't finished. I got bored. I was in Shanghai and Shaoxing during 2010, sweating like crazy. I bet. Oh, man. How come I don't remember that one? Oh, my God. What a try. That is amazing. That's 2 tries now that the Argentinians have got, which were just absolute wonder tries. South Africa gets so humid. It sucks. I heard Durban gets pretty humid. Useless trivia in the head. Yeah, I know the feeling. Been nice at night at the moment. Been watching meteorites and satellites. No way. Durban can get rough. You need rain, otherwise every living thing will die. Yeah, that's true. I'm not complaining about the rain. It's just it rains a lot. If you're going to come to New Zealand, be prepared to not always have sunny days, especially during winter. Hong Kong and Singapore are brutal. I would imagine around the equator-ish. Imagine going for a run in China. Yeah, China depends where you live. Like, China's a big place. Like, where I was, got very, very humid. Other places are pretty cold. What a kick from the sideline as well. Oh, my Lord. 20 points to 33. Now that's looking, with 11 minutes left, It's looking like a big job to come back. Singapore is okay. The weather stays a consistent 22, 26 degrees. How about the humidity? I'm lucky I live in little old East London. I'm not worried about that. Okay. I have to check something about the match. Fair enough. Tucalet, I know, man. What a try. That's one of the best groundings you'll ever see. Yeah. Things are looking pretty dodgy for Ireland at the moment, man. They need to turn things around pretty smartly. My kids are definitely awake. Oh, loose ball from Argentina. But De La Fuente's making a big run. Oh, just stayed inside the field of play. Nothing much to do there. In East London? I don't know, man. Like, New Zealand is generally a pretty sleepy little place compared to most of the world. How many people on the stream? 20 at the minute. It's only 10 minutes to go. I'm not Irish, but this is pretty brutal watching. They've done so well to come back into the game. But honestly, Argentina scored two of the best tries you will see. My friend's a doctor who moved there recently. She's not too unhappy about it. Fair enough. Argentinian side must have been fit. Started on fire, come under serious pressure, then come back like this. That's very true, man. You got to be able to play for the 80. They're certainly doing it. You're lucky to live by the sea. Yeah, that's another thing about New Zealand as well. You can't really live away from the sea in most places here. So generally, the weather's not too bad. Vamos Pumas. This is a classic one in Pumas history, surely. In South Africa v Australia match in the championship, I was and still quite skeptical about Lut's try. But I'm not complaining we got it. Sometimes you get lucky, man. Emhoff. That's the game. That's the game. Far out. Man, he really put the hammer down there, hey. Far out. I'm not sure about that finish. Imagine if he'd dropped the ball or gone over the dead ball line. But still, he was pumped. Inside ball just breaks two tackles. Far out. Vamos los Pumas. Sorry, Ireland. Next time. Wow, 40 points to 20 with 7 minutes to go. Knock, knock. Who's there? Nacho. Nacho who? Nacho cheese. Hey. Oh, knock, knock jokes. They're generally pretty terrible. What a try. Playing quite peaceful here. Yeah, exactly. Argentina have scored some very good tries in this game, man. Seriously. Like sometimes you just get beaten with some amazing moments, and this is one of those games for Ireland. Sevens like try. Yeah, exactly. Very sevens like. One-handed pass from Fernandez Lobe. What's the score? It's 40 points to 20. It seems like not that long ago it was within 3 points. That's why it seemed like a bigger result. Yeah. Like this game was close for ages. Like Argentina just kind of bookended the start and the finish, hey? Watched the first match from the 2018 Springboks for England today. Was a great game. Is that the one, seeing as we're talking about useless trivia in our head, is that the one where the Springboks go behind early and then come back? Is that the one? Aren't you putting the game so we can see it too? The game that's in the description. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to live stream other people's content, so I haven't done it. I'm living in Curacao and it's freaking cold. Okay, it's a bit chilly here, but not too bad. I can't complain. Take care. Thanks a ton. You too, Ricardo. Have a good day or night, evening, afternoon. The one-hand pass of Fernandez Lobe is beautiful. I agree, man. That was a great moment. My favorite jokes are dad jokes and knock-knock jokes. There you go. I've been getting more into the dad jokes since I've been a dad, so I guess that makes sense. That fit team is right, man. Came out with a real hiss and a roar at the start and then just ended the game with the hammer down. Ireland put them under a lot of pressure in the middle periods and came back into it, but do I watch much sevens? Not really. I hardly have the time. Sevens, women's, and like the under 20s and stuff is stuff that I'd like to watch more of, but I just don't have time. Yes, that's the game. Okay. That was a good game. I remember the Springbok wingers got exposed early. They seemed really off the pace, but they did well to come back into it. Watching tries like that with my boy and trying to explain to my boy why he's not allowed to do a dive like that. Even I don't like guys scoring like that, man. Watch those clips where the guys do that and they drop the ball or they hurt themselves. They land on the ball on like their sternum or something. Yeah. Just put the ball down over the line. I have not been to Curacao. I have not. My travels in New Zealand have been rather limited, to be honest. Now and then I could catch the sevens. It's great fun. Yeah. Sevens is definitely like a kind of carnival festival style game, isn't it? Man, 43 points to 20 on the scoreboard. This game seems like an absolute hiding. And there have been some really good tries, honestly. But Ireland in the middle stages were pretty good value, so it's a tough one to take for sure. No harm in trying to stream other people's videos. What's the worst that could happen? It gets taken down. I think they can do like copyright strikes on your channel, which is not a good look. I know Squidge got copyright struck once for some of his Super Rugby stuff from Sky Sports New Zealand. And I think if you get 3, your channel gets deleted. If you get 2, you're like limited in some of the stuff you can do. I think the 1 is like a warning, so I guess just playing it safe. Well, Villy LaRue has done that once, apparently. Really? I don't know how Squidge got away with his last video. Is it the review of that movie with Idris Elba? I watched that one. Almost 79 minutes. Squidge had huge problems during the World Cup. Yeah, he couldn't play any footage. That's true. He ended up putting his videos on like Vimeo or something because World Rugby's lawyers were like all over him. So, yeah, what can I say? I am cautious with that kind of stuff. Have Nico Sanchez and Hernandez been in the same team with something amazing? Yeah, true. It was pretty amazing. And yeah, I'd never even heard of that movie that Squidge reviewed last. I can't remember the name of it. I just watched a Kiwi TV series called The Deadlands. It was really good. I haven't seen it, but I know the one you're talking about. Now that Ninaba is head of the Spring Coach, does that mean he can no longer run on the field like he used to because he's also the team physio? I haven't thought about that. Maybe he can and give instructions to the players directly instead of doing it like based on what he's being told. Maybe he can make his own calls. That's quite funny. Five seconds remaining. Man, 43-20. I reckon in 2 or 3 years, 2 Cents Junior will be helping me out on the channel, maybe. If he could learn video editing, that would be phenomenal. As I can't stand the editing. Well, that's game. Argentina have done it pretty comfortably in the end, but like I said, it's that start and that finish. Amazing. The rest of the game was very close. Very close. Right. Well, I can hear my kids going bananas in the other room with my poor wife probably wrangling both of them. So I'm going to head off and give her a hand rather than watch the remaining 6 minutes. But yeah, cheers, guys. Bit of a different one for me to get up early in the morning and do this over coffee instead of beers at night. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the beers in your time zones that you could. And yeah, this Saturday at the regular time, which is New Zealand 9 o'clock, we've got the All Blacks and the Wallabies. I'll be doing a live stream of that one because it's Anzac Day on the 25th, which is a holiday here in New Zealand and Australia. So that's kind of a fitting one. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, afternoon, morning, day, whatever it is where you are. And yeah, I'm going to go do some work and wrangle the kids. Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for joining me. And see you again for the next one. Take it easy.